This is Digress coming back to you with Craftymon, and I mean that same position I was at the end of the last episode because, well, I've not been on Minecraft since. Like, there are honestly some points where I've done something in Craftymon or there's projects that I want to do in Craftymon that I do end up coming on a few times a week. Or there's some times where I'm like, I need to get stuff sorted for, the episode. And then there's just other points where I'm like, we'll figure out in the episode. Today, guys, there's at least a couple things I want to do. The first thing is the farm. I've got most. I want to add a couple. I want to add a cactus. Um, I don't have no cactuses. My elytra is also nearly broke. Cactus, berries. Basically, I want to go and take the rest of the ones that I don't have. And yeah, you know what? There's no harm. But say, why is there a cow in Daisy's pen? It's like, oh wait, no, Daisy. Hey Daisy, it's been a while. I mean, it's been a week, but anyway. Also, guys, quick want to say now, if you've seen last episode of Craftymon and more people like you more likely did, I didn't intend for it to be more angry, more pissed. At the time, again, I mentioned in the episode that I like, how? What is literally pushing them around? Like, there is blocks in between there, so they can't. Like, guys, I know I don't come in here that often. Villagers can't get in here. Both gates are closed. Both places are lit up. No, you can come with me today, dog with no name. Because it's about time that I do start naming them. And you never know, I might. Because basically I got all of them and it was like, oh. Every time. The one downside of living too close to a village, those villages tend to nick you bad. Also kind of becomes a pain in the ass to have an iron farm close. I say, do I have any to, change the colour of... I need to get green. Ooh, green colour would suit you. Because I need cactus, which I don't have. Because if I had cactus, it would be in there. And again, no cactus. But first of all, do I have berries? I want to make some of the berries. I do need to also go double check what ones I do have. For the most part, I'm going to say cactus, sugar, sugarcane, potatoes, and carrots. And, like, guys, food for me isn't a big thing. Like, I don't need more. But I like a variety of life. Like, a question, like, getting back to the takes me to another thing, I'm one of the ones, so if anyone was to ever ask me, what one food do I think I would want to eat for the rest of my life, my answer changes a lot. Because it goes from something like, well, I love chicken. So I could eat things like chicken strips, like chicken nuggets, but it's like, yeah, but that's still basically just like breaded chicken, like, and then it's like pizza. I can have several different toppings on the pizza, but I don't know whether I'd have to pick the one. I don't know whether it'd be a case of, here, you pick your pizza and you pick your toppings. Well, at this point in time, and what I typically go for is ham, cheese, onion. Normally red onion. So I might then start eating that for the rest of my. But I think I probably would go for like pasta because there is pasta base, spag bowl. Like there are several different options for pasta. Right. So farm wise, this is going to be more normal like sort of episode and less because like I said, guys, last episode the first half was filmed during the World Cup. The second half was filmed while the World Cup had ended, and at that point in time, I'm like, right. So Beetroot. See, I might do an individual thing off the side for, say, beetroot and berries and cactus, which then gives me room for beetroot. And then nothing else. Right. I mean, to be fair, bringing a dog's not going to be the smartest thing, because I am basically going to be jetting off to a beach. I say beach, to a sandy desert. Do I have any beetroot? I do have beetroot seeds. Right, first thing is first is 2 diamonds and a stick. Guys, I have a diamond hoe in there which has silk touch, which is cool. And I kind of want to chuck it back in the chest, which I can't. I mean, I've basically chucked a bunch of stuff in here and been like, oh, I want to keep this stuff. Yeah, it can go in there. I forgot I had a bunch of... I mean, guys, basically, if I need to on the go, I have a fortune pick, like netherite fortune pickaxe that I can use. Was it potentially... That dog thing went weird. You know what, I kind of like the name Duke. Like, Duke the dog. Do I have a way to get name tags? Other than the one I got for Daisy, which I cannot remember how. Part of me thinks it was a villager, part of me thinks I probably found it. Okay, so I do. Do I have any other ways? 20 emeralds. Because I was basically just going to be like, hey, you know what, I'll name him on the way. And, you know what? If I don't name Duke now, I will never name Duke, and I will completely forget. Now, see, this is where I accidentally misspell Duke. Which is a problem when it comes to spelling stuff. I say that, it shouldn't be something I can misspell. Okay, no, never mind. I was just overcomplicating things for reasons. By that, I was like, surely it's not as simple as it sounds. No, it really is. Oh, look! My nice throne room and office chair have now been overtaken. Guys, I've known about this for a while. Like, there's a nice bed in there just in case I am working late. The throne, which I can actually now change. And I will do in a very quick second. I believe. I think the update's out. Okay, basically, guys, I thought they were already in the game. I could be wrong. It could be a later date coming to Bedrock. Cushions are apparently getting added to the game. And see, guys, look, and you've got like this nice perfect anvil that's never been touched. And then you got this. Yeah, I don't know why. I think it is just in case of when I walk in, I walk into like here. But like this one's what I come to. I then do go and use this one for when I need to. Duke, you sit there because I'm gonna need to come back in there anyway. Sticks. I'm saying this now. I'm gonna be annoyed if I happen to find one in a thing. It's only a couple diamonds. No. Hold on. I didn't check all the loot. I didn't check all like the stuff that I did from. I'm gonna say no because I can't see one. But yeah. Also, guys, X-Men 97, season 2, episode 6 was amazing. Like the season started off literally being like starting off with them being in the future, it being really cool. Then I should have grabbed more. I should have grabbed more. I mean, I can do 4 more attempts. And just being really cool. Episode 2 was then cool because the X-Force or like lot and the X Factor getting introduced. No, I was like, I could, but I want like I like Fortune 1's good, but I would like a Fortune like 3. So I find out that I can actually get a Fortune 3 book from one of my villagers. And it was just really like, and like episode 4 was kind of like, like not for me. It was cool, but like because episode 3 was then also really cool. Like I really like. I can do one more. Like I really did find, the whole thing around them being trapped in the past with Apocalypse before he comes Apocalypse really cool. But episode 4 was just kind of Like the middle part for like a 2-parter was. Damn it. Was just kind of So I wasn't that far. Episode 5 was cool. An episode that I didn't think we needed. Because personally, I didn't think we needed a full episode going based on like, Wolverine getting his powers back. I think it could have been something that, granted, a good episode. I'm not saying it wasn't good. I'm just saying personally, I would have been fine. I know a few people wouldn't have been, but I would have basically been fine with them going, yeah, Wolverine went and did this, this, and this with. But same point, it was a good episode. Also, guys, if in the episode I called, because there was a dude in there who's also a Weapon X person. If I called him Havoc in the episode, I apologize. His name is Maverick. Maverick. I'm pretty sure I did, but I wasn't 100% sure because it's like, I know his name, but what is his name? And it was a good episode. Don't get me wrong, it was a very good episode. It was cool. It brought the show kind of down for me because it's like, okay, so we've gone from the bit show being awesome, like really cool, everything, to okay, I'm fine with the standard. I'm fine with them sort of having like a sort of middle point, and then episode 6 was just amazing. Everything I wanted and everything I didn't know I wanted. Now, spoilers alert, because if you haven't seen the episode, go watch the episode and then come back. But bear in mind, spoilers alert. The episode starts off with X Factor. X Factor is a group of mutants who are operating under government supervision, which I kind of disagree with. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't disagree with the premise of sorry guys, with a group of heroes essentially having to follow orders. I don't disagree with that. I disagree with a government having human weapons. Because when you put it down to it, they've got human weapons. Because strong guy is a strong dude. It's going to take a lot to take him down. Is her name Farrell? Cat person. Not the safe cat person. Farrell or like, I think her name's Farrell. I'm not 100% sure. It's going to take a lot to take her down. Polaris, it was going to take a lot to take her down. I think what I probably will do is that it frees up space. Polaris, Master of Magnet. Spoilers from episode 4. But she's like the new Master of Magnetism, all that lot, and kind of, I say new, it's like powers of magnetism, she's Magneto's daughter and all that lot, and I mean, to be fair, that did perfectly fix my Elytra. What level will I get next time I do it? Because, like, I got that from, like, 2... Right, so, I'll do that in between... Dude, come with me. I'll do that in between episodes, or get some levels in between episodes. Like that for now. You sit here. I need to get Cactus, but first I think I might need to... Do I need to sleep? Nope. And Havoc being... Havoc in the comics is Scott Summers' brother. I don't know whether he is in 97. Because I don't know whether he was in the original show. But I don't know whether he is in 97. If he is, and neither one of them know about it, it's going to be really fun for them to both go, wait, hold on, wait, you're my brother? Said, yeah, I'm down. They can find out down again. Where is he? Hold on, where is he? Well, Mum's dead. But Dan's up in space with these group of people called the Space Jammers. Yeah, caused a few problems. But I just think that would be a kind of cool interaction. Anyway, guys, before I do take off, Empire's going a bit, like, nuts. Now, I don't know whether she was going nuts because of the Magneto death, because, again, her father, she would obviously be grieving. To a degree. To a point where even, because she says it herself in the episode, Professor, you're the one who raised me. And to a degree, I'm like, okay, he is more of a father figure to you than your own father was, which that's entirely up to you how you see the figures. And like, she then joins up with the X-Men to a point where the X-Men at the end of the episode create this group called X-Corp, I think it was. Again, I need to rewatch the episode because it was such a good episode. And the funny thing is, guys, I woke up being like, right, I need to watch X-Men 97, like episode 6, 97. Need to watch the episode. And I just got distracted. Full on distracted. I was watching TikToks, I was playing mobile games, I was doing anything but do that. And then when I watched it, I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. Now, it does, I'm going to then lead into 2 quick things. It does then give me hope. Because, guys, I've mentioned a few times, I do collect Marvel Legends. It's a nice little hobby. Now, I am more into the X-Men side of it. I do have a few Avengers. I do have somewhat of an Avenger team that I have. And we do need a new update on Polaris. Whether it be in her X-Factor uniform, whether it be in a new X-Men uniform, or whether it just be in her green. We've not had one since the female body got updated. Because, guys, basically, the way the arms used to be, at least females, I don't know whether they're the same for males, because I'm not 100% sure. Because, again, I don't have none of those figures. Actually, I do. I'm pretty sure they were similar to how the 97 Gambits are. And they were basically just single-jointed. I don't like them. I prefer the double-jointed and the pinless legs. Much more stabler. And the only version of Polaris we have is, in the X-Factor uniform, is an old version of that. Which I can tell you now is not stable. But yeah, anyway, we do definitely need a new one, and it does give me hope that we are, because at the end of the episode, we see the X-Men in potentially new X-Men uniforms. Because, guys, 97 Season 2 is then leading into a point where the X-Men outlawed. Which, why I don't know the particular in like part in comics, it does kind of then lead me into a potential part of two things. One, we're more likely to see X Factor fight against the X-Men, whether it be with X-Force's help, because I imagine like Cable will probably end up finding out the fact of the X-Men alive from a TV thing, and turn back up and basically being like, you could have gotten contact, and then, Cyclops and Jean being like, son. Now, if anyone says Jean wasn't his mother, no, she's a stepmother more than anything. But again, I think she probably is closer. Like, don't get me wrong, Madeline Pryor's death is heartbreaking. It was in season 1, but I think it's probably the closest thing that anyway. Because the bunch of stuff, just go watch the season. Also, the big thing for 97 season 2 is something I predicted. And I say predicted, it was something very obvious. Gambit's returning as one of the Horsemen, like he is in Marvel Rivals, but also in Marvel Rivals, another of the Horsemen is Psylocke. And she does have a really cool skin, and I'll react to that on stream tonight. At time recording, not tonight, but anyway. But another of the Horsemen is, I think it's going to be Magneto. He died, and I think it's going to be Magneto. Now, obviously, if we were to say on like season 5, and say for instance like we had Gambit die season 1, Magneto dies say season 2. Say Sunspot or Jubilee die in say season 3, and say something like Polaris dies in say season 4, then they'll become it. But I reckon Magneto's going to become another Horseman. I also wouldn't be that surprised if Madeline Pryor did. Now, a lot of mutants did die in Genosha. And that's currently where the X-Men are based. I'm not going to be surprised if Madeline Pryor does come back as one of the Horsemen. Hopefully with a cool new figure. Because I missed getting the Goblin Queen one, and I've probably got to do a custom, which isn't the worst thing in the world. It's just a case of how close do I want it to be to my current Phoenix suit? And the answer is not close at all. Although, a good option probably would have been to use the X-Factor suit, and then just use the Phoenix suit, and then have them as like two separate, but I used the head from the X-Factor for my Phoenix. I wanted my Phoenix to look less angry, and I kind of like the mask on the Phoenix suit. It matches. Anyway, I got a gut feeling that Magneto and Madeline Pryor will be the second and third, but I don't know who the fourth is going to be. On one hand, Archangel being essentially back under Apocalypse's control wouldn't be that surprising. Another surprise wouldn't be that surprising would be if Cable, because I think Apocalypse is going to go after Cable. That Cable's destined to take down Apocalypse. I honestly do think one of the Horsemen will come from Cable's team. Because currently in the X-Men universe in 97, wise, we've got the X-Men, which is perceived of Jean Grey, Scott Summers, Storm, Rogue, Beast, Wolverine, Charles Xavier, and Polaris. But Storm and Forge, along with Bishop, but like Storm and Forge are back on. I need to sleep before I go. But Storm and Forge are back at the X Mansion, like teaching, like helping mutants. They've got jurisdiction for all that lot. And then you've got the X-Force team, which is Cable, Psylocke, Archangel, Jubilee, and Sunspot. And then you've got the X-Factor team, which is Havoc, Strong Guy, Feral, I think her name is. It was Quicksilver in the original 90s TV show. I don't imagine them bringing him back. Because I think Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are more Avengers now. I don't see him as Rangers. I see him as X-Men villains, or as part of the X-Men universe. But anyway, but yeah, that's about it. Anyway, guys, as soon as I do find, because I have been talking for 20-something minutes, and I need to start flying. Guys, as soon as I do find some cactus, along with some berries, I will be right back. So, guys, we're back, and I was a complete idiot. So, guys, I was a complete idiot. Because I found the cactus. It took me a bit of a flight, and I had to go into... Because I was like... I was running on fireworks, and I was like, do I have extra in my ender chest? And... like, I had, like, a stack right there, and I'm like... Because I could have swore I had died too, and it's like, hold on, wait a minute. I went through that other stack when I was last in the end cities, and I was like, hold on, don't I have berry bushes in my little far away from home, like my nice little house that I built because I was down this end fighting the Wither, which I was, why does this place kind of look nicer than my actual house? Like, you've got a nice little docking area, like, where you can full on, like, dock your boats. You've got a nice little side door, like, back door to get in from, like, the boat docking area. You've got, like, a nice little front door to get to all here. And I was like, hold on, why am I pretty sure I've got berry bushes? Please tell me it wasn't okay. So I've had this. Guys, I feel like I'm a double idiot. I am checking the chest when I go back. Because I've got beetroot, I've got sweet berries now, I've got cactus. Because why wouldn't I go into my actual... I must have had some on... Again, an idiot. But yeah, so, apparently I've got some on me now. That's nice to know. Yeah, so guys, no, my luck, I'd go like this and go, whoa! Like, dive fall on wood. But yeah, so I've now got everything I was missing. I also picked up some punk. It was melons, right? I'm presuming it was melons, because I'm presuming I don't have none. No, I've surely got melons, right. Because surely I've got melons. But yeah, so guys, mentioned one other thing from... Which, it's a spoiler, is kind of on the... it's because of the... kind of on the edge. And it's more of a case of... For season 1 of 97, Magneto was like, Charles, you wanted me to look at the US point of view and do this your way, I will. At the end of the most recent episode, Charles says, maybe I should look at his point of view, and he's now trying to do what the best is for mutant kind, I think. I could be wrong. But, like, Professor X has always just been a case of mutants, non-mutants, we can all live together. And I'm not 100% on Magneto's point on this. I didn't think I was going to be on this point either way. But I think I kind of agree with Magnus. Like, if I was to basically, like, I probably would, if I was a mutant, probably would side with the X-Men because it'd be the right thing to do and all that lot. But if both Professor X and like Magneto are like, Here, you can come. We can make a dream. We can help mutants and humans come together. And Magneto turned up and said, I will give you a safe place where you can live, where you won't be, berated, tortured, put through hell. I think I would honestly probably consider going with Magneto. Even if it meant going toe to toe like the X-Men. Like, I don't agree with some of the stuff Magneto does, like, Duke. But I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I think he's probably done worse. But like on this particular thing, I do think he probably has a point. I will chuck pumpkins in there. I did already have berry bushes. That's nice to know. But like, for the point of like, I 100% would overall go with Professor X, whether it be from the beginning or whether it be from the fact of learning that Magneto, even if he wants to be, is not a good person. Gonna need that. But I think I probably would end up like siding with Professor X. More of a case of I think I probably would end up siding with something like Gina Scott. Like they both are just trying to do what's best for like they're both just trying to survive. Anyway, get into the actual farming part. Um I'm also going to need to do in between episodes, get more sugarcane. Now, for a good while, I was like, I'm never going to do nothing with this pen. Wow, this pen is bigger than I thought it was. Saying that, the sugarcane is probably does take over some of that. Okay, so I'm gonna do beetroot because those are gonna need double spaces. I can do beetroot in here. First of all, grab the shovel. And completely forget the fact... Duke, you're gonna end up going for a swim here. Guys, I will try and name a few of the other dogs in between episodes. But let me know what you want some of the other dogs' names to be. Pick... I'll try and pick, say, 5 of them. And if no one does comment the names by next episode, or unless I might pick 5, I don't fall on 100% no. But, like, from a point of view, I do actually agree with Magneto. Duke! No! Like, I travel all the way to get him an ice cream collar, I get him a name tag. See, guys, something I was hoping... Kinda hoping I wasn't going to have to do for the series, was a dog grave. Really hoping I wasn't gonna have to. I don't know how... actually, no, never mind, I 100% know how Duke died. And I drowned, more specifically. He 100% came too far down, yeah. My fault. Like, I did. Dude. Like, I had got attached to Duke. Okay, so beginning of next episode, we're having a doggy funeral. Anyway, getting back to this. I mean, to be fair, I'm gonna need the sand. So, getting a bunch of it from here, it's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, so, X-Men 97 Season 2 has definitely become interesting. Again, if a couple of my theories turn out to be true, like, again, I've got some theories. I don't know how many episodes Season 2 is going to be. Season 1 was, what, 10? And we're on to episode 6 already. And it kind of feels like they've still got a lot to tell. And... But again, a couple theories. The Horsemen are going to end up being... The people fighting the Horsemen... Now, we know one of them at the minute is Gambit. I'm not surprised at. I don't know whether Marvel Rivals and the people making X-Men 97 Season 2 both thought of doing it, like, because he's been a Horseman before in the comics, as far as I'm aware. Magneto has also been a Horseman before, live action, X-Men Evolution, so was Charles. Like, the X-Men in X-Men Evolution were literally Mystique, was Mystique, Magneto, because Mystique was used and forced into the situation to help him. Magneto picked a fight with Apocalypse. Charles and Storm then tried to reason with us, tried to reason with him, and then Storm got caught up in the case of it. And but like I say, theory. I think Rogue's going to end up fighting Gambit and going to be a case of, but Remy, and it's going to basically put her off a game. She's fighting the person that she loves. I've got a gut feeling anyway. Again, this is coming out from a point of view of Apocalypse is, cruel. He'd want to get payback. So why not do it? And then Magneto, Polaris will end up fighting Magneto, facing her demons. And now for aesthetics but like I've got a feeling Magneto and Polaris will end up fighting if he gets turned into a horseman. Gambit and Rogue, because Gambit's turned into a horseman. And then for the rest of them, I honestly don't know. If Sunspot or Jubilee, I reckon one of them will. See, do I have any more that aren't 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I mean, it wouldn't be many, but I could technically chuck them all into this last pen. I'm going to leave these last 2 pens as open, as something can be built in them. But like I say, I've got a gut feeling it's probably going to end up working out that they're going to be fighting the people who they, care at the most. Like, I don't see, like, Gambit not end up fighting Rogue. And if Magneto gets turned into a horseman, I don't see Polaris not fighting him. Right, so guys, what I will do is, because all I'm doing is putting the water down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the water down, go and make some birch things, build another birch fence around, and go from there. I will then be right back since I've done all that. So guys, come back to basically almost done what I need, basically in just making the stuff now. A random trainer happened to be in my house. I want to know why. But again, iron, emeralds, healing stuff. So guys, I'll be back as soon as I've made everything and done all the fences and all that. So guys, we're back. Basically, I've just checked time recording all that lot, and I've been recording for a good while, and I don't know how long the video is going to be. Basically, for the most point, this is what they're going to be like. I do need to get some more spruce in there. But like I say, this is what this pen's going to be like. That the one right next to it's going to be the exact same. And for the berry bushes, they're also going to be very similar. So, but yeah, so for the rest of this episode, which isn't much left, I'll say that now, because again, I go based off a set time. Because I know roughly if I record for a certain period of time, I know roughly how long it's going to end up turning out. How the hell a bunch of these come? Anyway. And like I say, I will basically just finish them off in between episodes. But what I will do now is quickly do these. I also forgot to make birch... Was it birch? No, oak trapdoors. Again, farm over that. And, but anyway. We'll do that, and we'll take the beetroot seeds. Like I say, I will do the oak trapdoors in between episodes. And the one thing I like about doing the oak trapdoors is, even though I will say now, for efficiency, none of these farms are efficient. I'm a complete idiot. I'm like, none of these farms are completely forgetting. Hold on, wait a minute. The only bits of water are where the trapdoors are, and and I know where I went wrong. I was looking at this and it's like, oh, I need more on this. Because I put more trapdoors because a case of, but no, the trapdoors are where the doors are. Because guys, this is efficient. Right, okay, what I'll do is, because I can't be asked to fix the fuck up right now, basically, there'll be water there, dirt here, like dirt here, dirt here, 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 water here, dirt there, they'll all be filled in, they'll all be tiled, that will be built, and they'll all be done by next episode. Now, will I have more beetroot and all that by next? No, dead, probably not. Unless I do farm some in between. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. RIP Duke. I'll say this now. I've had those dogs a good while. The first time I take one out with me, and I'm like, oh, da 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 da. I'm like, Duke, you're so cool, and like, Duke was a big favorite. But RIP to Duke. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It has been more of a simplistic episode. I'll get that stuff done in between episodes. Next episode, as long as I do remember, there's a mini game I plan to make. I did say Craftymon was going to be similar to Quest in the end. Basically, Quest was basically me building shops, building mini games, and just having fun. Craftmon's going to be the exact same. So if you like that style of content, like, comment, subscribe. I was like, what the hell's down there? And it's like, oh, it's just Alder. Yeah, duh. But like I say, I will basically sort that in between episodes. No, my luck, I'll end up completely forgetting. Remember about 2 seconds before filming next, and be like, oh shit, I need to sort all this. But the mini game is, I'll give a nice little hint. I've been rewatching a bunch of Minecraft. By Minecraft, I mean Minecraft content. I don't know why. Basically, it started off with me rewatching Squid's Crazy Craft series, and then me rewatching Squid's Race to the Moon, Mission to Mars, and then Time Travelers. And at the minute and time of recording, I'm watching Islands of Eden. When this comes out, I'll probably be on Islands of Eden number 2. And in Islands of Eden number 1, Squid and Stampy, because it's where the inspiration comes from, they come up with this game called Hot Potato, and it got me thinking, could I turn that into a cool game? I've got a rough draft of how I want it to work, and it's basically going to be I need to work some stuff out. But anyway, we'll be making a mini game next episode, one way or another. It'll either be a cool thing, or it might just make a roller coaster. I don't know yet. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you are new around it, again, like, comment, subscribe. This is Tiger signing off, and I'll see you next time. Bye.